Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are joining the Mars2 again here in orbit of Mars. We have separated the heat shield section after making sure that we got all the fuel out of it. We have separated the transfer stage, or rather our capture stage, and now we have a really good look at the lander itself. It is mostly comprised of cores. This was kind of my old design philosophy that has failed at least 3 times now. It has a parachute that is probably its main source of deceleration. 4 1 kilonewton thrusters that have been tuned up to about 1.8 kilonewtons apiece. They do have about a degree of angle here to help keep the spacecraft focused, but they also have these air brakes, which are hopefully above the center of mass and will keep them pointed in the correct direction. Alright, so that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm waiting on the landing gear to deploy. The command has already been sent. I think there is an issue with not all of the science experiments being queued up, but I would like them to collect some atmospheric data. So I am going to bring up my map here for a second just to get an idea of the time. 1 hour and 4 minutes. We'll be in the atmosphere long before then. So let's just bring up flight computer here for a second. Yeah. Alright. 1 hour, 4 minutes. There we go. Let's click away from things. And I'm just going to have it run its full complement here. We're going to play the You Can't Click on Me game. That's excellent. Log pressure. Whoa. Log temperature. That was an interesting skip. We've already got pressure. Record petroversion. Impact. The impact did take, didn't it? Yeah, micrometeorite detector. Whoa, okay. And log radiation, and we'll just go ahead and get and analyze telemetry while we're here. Alright, like I said, the parachute is armed, our fuel tanks are all unlocked. That's all we need from that. Our total delta V comes in at a sparse 521 meters per second for a total burn time of 1 minute and 25 seconds. I'm hoping the parachutes will do a nice bit of work. The spacecraft comes in weighing a little under 1.3 ton. I think it's 1.25 or around that area. So while we're here, though, we're just going to get a nice look at this, because this is particularly pretty, I have to say. All right, Mars, give me your worst. All right, switch out to the map view, and I guess we'll. Yeah, I've tried dimming the brightness a bit, and it doesn't really do much to get rid of that Mars looks like a star look. Well, all that's nice and set. So I guess there's really not much else to do except get this show on the road. Alright, that's going to be our gear deploy. Alright, let's take it on home. Alright, little guy. The hopes and dreams of a generation are resting on you. And there goes our heat shield. I do imagine that will be hitting the ground. Okay, let's go the other way. We need to face into retrograde. There you go. And just because I'm a little OCD, straighten that out. Alright, parachutes are armed. Fuel is unlocked. Whew. And let's just get this over with, shall we? Alright. We're probably not going to see any real deceleration until we get much deeper into the atmosphere. Yeah, 105 kilometers. We are still picking up speed, currently at a 3.52 kilometers per second. There goes our cloud cover. We are below the 100 kilometer mark. Alright, well, let's go ahead and bring us out of that. We can run through this in a little bit of real time. I need to keep this focused at retrograde in case we have to kick these engines on. There is a pretty significant discrepancy here between our true altitude and our sea level. I guess our radar altitude of 71 kilometers and our measured altitude of sea level of 84 kilometers. Parachutes don't care about this. They will care about your true altitude. So whereas I have these set to go off at 15 kilometers, oh man, that is a large discrepancy. That's very interesting. Alright, well, 81 kilometers, well, okay, 67 kilometers radar altitude. And, well, I may have just spoken too soon. I was going to say we're still accelerating, but looks like our speed has stuck at 3538.3 meters per second. Yep, and we are decelerating now. So let's hope these air brakes do some actual work. Hopefully. I'll say, I guess because the atmosphere is so rarefied up here, it's giving me a caution on the parachutes as opposed to a green. So I really wonder if you had a drogue chute deploy at this altitude, one, if it would do anything, or two, if it would break. That's a question worth pondering. Alright. Let's see how much decelerating we can do here. Yeah, still giving me the caution on the parachutes. Radar altitude just passing 50 kilometers and falling. A 12 kilometer difference here. That's very interesting. Yeah, and now the parachutes have gone red. There's enough atmosphere to tear them off at this altitude. Still waiting for the camera switch. Maybe another braking pass wouldn't have been such a bad idea. I don't think we really had the fuel on the transfer stage to make it practical. So we would have had to raise ourselves out of the atmosphere a bit, use the engine, slow us down some more, and then use the engine again to make sure that the capture stage doesn't re-enter with us. We need it for comms. As you'll notice, we do have a connection. It is currently above us at about a 350 kilometer altitude or so. Alright, true altitude 40 kilometers, current speed 3.39 meters per second and falling. There's our camera switch. Wow, that was a super awkward camera switch. That's probably a pretty cool angle, right? Maybe. Alright. 38 kilometers altitude actual, so we've got 15 kilometers is when our parachutes deploy. Hopefully we can slow ourselves down enough by then. Yeah, the thrusters aren't going to do much for us at this point. We're going to have to use our actual main engines. Keep them fired into the retrograde, maybe with a slight tip towards keeping some altitude. The more time we're in the air, the more time we have for the air to slow us down. Alright, whoa, it just does not like that. And this is burning entirely too much fuel. Alright. Actual altitude is about to pass into the 30-kilometer range. There it is. Alright, so by trying to pay attention to our rate of descent and the rate at which our rate of descent increases, it hasn't shown much gain yet, but it will soon. And the rate at which our altitude decreases will give me some kind of idea as to when to fire the engines with their minute 21-second burn time to hopefully slow us down enough by the time those parachutes deploy. And I think that that number's coming up here pretty soon. So we need to get this thing to turn green. Alright, so I like just solid numbers, so I think I'm going to wait for our true altitude to be about 25 kilometers, and then we'll start our powered retro burn. There we go. Alright. Need to save just a little bit of fuel for touchdown. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit of fuel, but really, if I can just have one thing on Mars where the parachutes deploy successfully, I will be quite happy with life. Although, something on this feels out of balance. That's no good at all. No, I do not want to deactivate the antenna. Say it's not burning from all tanks yet. No, okay, good. Oh, it did burn from those lateral tanks. Make sure all of those burned evenly. And so far so good. Excellent. I did not forget to unlock things. That's awesome. Oh, dang. We're down to 30 seconds of fuel. Crap, come on. Slow down, man. 18 kilometers, 17. We're about to hit parachute deployment and we're not slowing down. Oh, we're in caution territory. Come on. Transmit. Why not? Come on. Buy me some time. There they go. Please don't break. Please don't break. Ah! Crap. Well, alright. Face us into retrograde. We have 4 seconds of fuel. I don't think this is going to work very well. Transmit. At least we're getting some good atmospheric data here. The math was not solid. We're going to hit the ground going really fast. Yeah, looks like we're coming into a little bit of a low-hanging dust cloud. That'll be nice for when we add some frictional heat by our interaction with the surface. And there's our fuel. And there's our lack of control. Well, alright. So we're not going to hit the ground going slower than Mach 2. That's a disappointment. But I did not expect this to actually... Ooh, subterranean. Yeah. No bits left. No bits. Dang it. Well, I'm happy to say that we have another mission that has a much higher chance of success on its way in. We were able to get some nice atmospheric data in its short flight through Mars's atmosphere. Yeah, I'm really sad to report that we have another mission failure, but honestly, I'm not surprised. Like I'd mentioned before, this was kind of me attempting to do the same thing over and over again that has failed multiple times now at this point, without really addressing the issues as to why it was failing. And our Mars 4.2 lander does address those issues, and I think stands a much better chance of actually being successful. And it's on its way. It'll be here in 200 some odd days. And so we'll definitely get to try again. Yeah, we get that. Thank you for pointing that all out. So that's going to do it for today's episode, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And sorry I failed yet again. I promise we're going to get this right at some point. This is now my unicorn. Well, it has been since the last time I crashed here, but I'm even more motivated now than ever before. So, thanks for hanging out. I'll see all of you in the next one. Till then, see you later.